there should be snacks at every table, shouldn't there? Next year.
It's your chance to shine. Give her a snack.
I do have a snack if you want one.
What kind is it? Is it an edible one? I'll take it.
Yeah, let's see. We got a question going and
Okay. It's funny because it's like, oh, you're an angel. Obviously, I don't have the superpowers that they have, but I think the thing about our show that's kind of unusual is that it's never what you think it's going to be. So it's kind of like they've got the superpowers, but then how do they actually, what does that actually look like? Because, Jennifer didn't really want the powers, but then she got the powers, but she also seems to have more powers than the others. So there's all these like weird dynamics that kind of give it this extra dimension because they're a family, so there's that kind of power struggle between who gets what, who's allowed to do what. Crest says to the girls, his character says, girls, one rule, you can't kill, which is kind of like a crazy rule to give a superhero with a ton of powers. But so they're kind of like, they've got this weird family dynamic of trying to protect each other, but I'm the older sister, so I get more, so it's kind of an interesting way of doing it, I think.
You took the initiative, last year with taking care of the green light babies, and now that they've been kidnapped, is Lynn going to make that her personal
mission?
To right that wrong.
Right, and I think it's interesting because again, with the grey areas with the character, I think on the one hand, Lynn does have sort of good intentions in terms of saving the children and figuring out the riddle. And at the same time, I do think that Lynn is incredibly ambitious. And I think there's something that's driving her to find out for her own self, worth or her own self-need. So I think there's partly kind of saving the children, and there's partly kind of just a very ambitious, I'm not going to let this rest until I solve, there's that ego part of it. So I think those two things, and I think also her relationship with Agent Odell, they kind of need each other. So I think that's going to get a little bit more kind of entangled and strange, because they're kind of enemies, but they sort of need each other, So
how will the family dynamic really change because of Agent Odell and really ripping the family?
Yeah, I think in season 3, and again, I don't know because we don't obviously know what's going to, we don't get told what's going to happen down the line, but it doesn't feel like you're going to see the Pierce family sitting around a table having a family dinner for a while. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't even feel like they're even going to be in the same room together for a while. Because I think they're going to sort of spiral off into these different worlds as they go on their own journey. They're gonna, so it'll be interesting.
You say you don't have any superpowers yet. You got to get your hands dirty a little bit last season.
Oh, didn't I just?
You hope to be able to do more this season?
Yeah, I love doing, I'm always jealous of these guys because they get to do the fights and the stunts, but they have to work twice as hard because I go to work, I say my lines, then they have to go off and do the fight training and the stunt training. So it's like, it's kind of, I'm torn because I do want to have more opportunities to do that kind of stuff, but it's basically going to be a lot more work because, those things take a lot of time. But we'll see. I wouldn't be in the least bit surprised if she has another SmackDown fight with someone, because at this point, she's kind of said, I'm going to do whatever I need to do. And she's done it. She killed a man, season 1, didn't she? Season 2, she picked the shotgun up again and then basically beat the crap out of Dr. Jace, almost rendering her unconscious.
She had it coming.
Yeah, totally. But she's a by any means necessary type person, Lynn. Don't be fooled by the white coat and the glasses.
Is there anyone you would love to see her have a showdown with this coming season?
As in a fight?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. That's a good question. Because I was going to say, Odell, but then at the same time, it's like, well, but he's like, I wouldn't want to punch Bill. I wouldn't want to do anything bad to Bill.
I think she should have a showdown with Tobias and win.
Yes.
And that's the end of the show.
That's it. She's going to finally take him out.
And then she gets the spin-off.
And then she gets the spin-off, yeah. And I know that Tony, who wrote the comic, was talking about doing a whole comic where Lynn's character comes back as a British sort of alter ego. So you never know, she might come back as a Spy. British Spy. Just saying.
And how will the Markovians be playing into things?
I think the Markovians kind of open the door, probably to the outsiders. So
yes,
probably. That's what I'm feeling. But that's what I'm feeling.
It's a good feeling.
That's because that feels like the direction we're going to go in. I don't know, and I don't know how long it's going to take. It might be like 2 seasons before we even get there. But that door is open, right? I mean, we've. Yeah. So.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much for Oreo.